The jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleep tonight.
What's up, guys?
Oh, the dog.
Welcome to the AfterMat Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of AfterMat Podcast with Mr. Ambassador.
I thought you were gonna say
Ambassador of Smiley Smokes, Tyler.
Tyler.
How you guys doing?
What's
And
up?
Very special guest.
I was and we have
Very special guest.
the special guest.
Ambassador. Smiley Smokes Ambassador. Junior
Ambassador.
Smiley Smokes Ambassador. Lindsay McCall. Legal name.
Ooh.
Full legal name.
No, thank you.
No government stuff. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Our
We don't-
current address is.
My social security? Why would you ask?
What are the funny numbers on the back of your credit card?
Dude, she just told me my card was out here recording, and she goes, "People gonna see that," and I'm like, "Fuck, I didn't think about that."
Fuck it, bruh.
And I thought I was locked in.
Fuck it.
Because you know me, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing is, I'm locked in.
How locked in are you? 1 out of 10.
Yo, when it comes to striking or getting hit on the head, I'm like,
Pretty locked in.
no, like 4 or 5%.
No.
No.
Locked
Striking?
in?
Dude, he sleeps on his strike. Every time we talk about striking, he's like, no, I'm a grappler. I'm a grappler. You
Well,
gotta
here's the
strike."
thing. I'm not locked
I'd
in.
give you
I'm
7
retarded.
out of 10.
I'm retarded when I'm
Above
striking.
average.
You have to understand. I don't grapple retarded. I strike retarded. You know this.
But you're supposed to strike retarded.
Yes,
You're
of
not
course,
supposed to
of course.
strike like
like a gentleman.
you're supposed to make your own like style.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I
When it
didn't
comes
know
to
this.
striking, I feel like it kind of has to be retarded because it's hard to punch somebody versus grabbing somebody.
Yeah.
Like, say if I was to get in like a altercation, I feel like my first resort would definitely be the grappling.
I mean,
Okay.
to
Even
be
though it's
honest,
like-
every self-defense situation is going to tell you to never take your attacker to the ground if you get attacked in the street.
Right.
Just because it's better to be standing.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to defend getting grabbed. So
Yes.
in the worst situation, if they grapple back, boom, I'm hitting elbows. I'm still in that grappling
Yeah.
situation where I'm tied in. It's called a tie clinch. You like hold the back of their head, and you just.
It doesn't matter if they have a
I
I
knife.
love how you don't care. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
You can't
I
wait
mean, it doesn't
to
matter if
talk
they have a
about guns.
knife. You're just going to grab them and they're going to stab you in the stomach. The fuck?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Not
I
necessarily.
wouldn't try to make contact with anybody. You don't know.
I
what
would
they
slam the
have.
fuck out of them. Get to their back real quick, like a duck under. Who's
Right.
gonna? They don't know how to defend a duck under. Double leg.
But that
is
sounds like
risky.
so much because like
A
all
duck-
you have to
do you know what a duck under
bro,
is?
all you but
Obviously.
really think
You
about
just
this.
duck under
Think
their
about
arm
this.
and then fucking-
Somebody runs up to you on the street with a knife and they're like, "Give me your wallet." You're gonna do all this extra shit. No, I'm just gonna throw my wallet on the ground,
you
and when
can
they
have
go to
my
bend
money.
down for it, I'm gonna pull my gun out and I'm gonna say, "If you move, I'm gonna shoot you."
Exactly.
That's if you have a gun though. Say you're like.
Well, I always have a gun.
Say you're like at a bar, motherfuckers fucking with you.
Right.
They're like passing by. They're like
They're college
snaggling at you.
students.
Yeah, they push you.
One
they
of them
shove
is
you.
bisexual.
Hey punk. Yeah, one of them is bisexual. Hey punk.
Wow, that's so threatening, bro.
Yeah. No, a big, hairy, straight
He's trying to
man,
get in your pants, bro.
Republican, big guy comes up to you. Hey punk.
And he's gay this time.
Yeah, this is my part of the.
But you
type.
have weapons already. You have a beer bottle, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
yeah.
wrong. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Fucking. Yeah, see, hey,
It's self-defense.
Boom, grappling.
As long as
situation,
it's
duck under.
reactionary.
Big fuck, I'm dragging him down. I'm not gonna slam him.
So that's the thing. The way the law works is as
choke
long
him
as
out.
it's reactionary, it's self-defense.
Right.
Because as long as you didn't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with the dude with the red car that shot the kid that ran up and punched him in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Reaction was to pull out his gun and shoot him. So it was justified shooting. If he had then talked to the dude and whatever and been like, I have a gun, and then pulled the gun on the kid, and then the kid punched him in, and then he shot him, it's a little more premeditated.
My mother always told me, don't hit anybody first. But I disagree with that statement.
And your mom
100%.
beats your
I
ass,
feel
bro.
like,
She hits you first every
yeah,
time.
every time. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't even get to hit back. L plus ratio.
Remember, never hit anybody first.
Yeah.
Beat the
Dude,
fuck
my
out
mom
of
would
you.
be.
But it is, I remember one
You guys
time.
want to hear a torture method my mom used to do?
No, go on.
So she used to burn like a spoon, and then if I was like really bad, she would burn me with it. Fucking Worst thing ever.
She's a menace.
Yeah.
My parents ain't never took that.
Well, here's the thing. Their parents used to do it to them.
Yeah, my mom's parents used to do that to her.
The
Yeah.
worst my mom has ever done to me. What is it? When I was younger, I was little, I was being bad. She manhandled me.
Ooh.
She like fucked me up bad. She like
Made you feel like Shaylin.
yeah, she like threw
She
me to the
grappled
ground.
your ass.
Yeah, she grappled dead ass. She got in full mount and held my arms, and then she was slapping me. And then she was just slapping me.
From that day on, he was like, I want to be
I
the
was like,
world champ.
Yeah, from that day on,
Never gonna let a person
I need to learn
beat
how to
you.
wrestle.
Yeah.
I double leg her. If she tries some shit like that now.
Have you guys ever studied
I
your
love
parents'
my mom.
combos when they come to hit you?
Bro, it's too easy.
It's
I'd be like fake grappling with my mom.
yeah.
She'd be like, "Get off of me! It feels like you're gonna break my arm." Like I am.
No mama's way.
I am. Yes, no mama's way.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a Mexican translation for what does no mama's way mean? It's like
I'm pretty sure it's
no
what the
fucking
fuck.
way.
Pretty sure it's what the fuck.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh, it's like no fucking way. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I thought it was no fucking way.
No, what do you mean?
No mama's way.
No mama's way.
No mama's way?
No mama's way.
No mama's way?
No mama's way.
I
No
wanna-
mama's
We
way.
could call Carlos and ask him. That's you know what I feel like when I said that. You know how like the guy Rick from the pawn shop. When
Which
he's like,
one?
Let me bring my experts in there.
Yeah.
Every time, like sometimes I get confused on Spanish words, and I'll call like one of my Spanish friends, Spanish
You
speaking
give my
friends.
expert Mexican
like, what does
friend.
this mean?
You guys have an expert Mexican. Obviously, you guys have the same expert
But
Mexican
he
friend.
don't speak no.
He
don't
speak no
speak.
He doesn't speak
Mexican.
Spanish. Yeah.
Oh.
He don't speak no Mexican.
He's more Texican than Mexican.
You ever thought about getting him like
bisexual.
No,
Y'all
what?
ever thought about breeding
Duolingo.
y'all's pet Mexican.
Bilingual.
No, Duolingo. The fucking
Duolingo.
Yeah, the app.
I've tried it before. That's what I was learning German with
Why are you learning German?
in high school.
Ah, I thought you learned German on your free time and read it.
No, I'm trying to learn. fucking-
They're secretly they're trying to incorporate him into their program, bruh.
What program?
The
I'm not
elites.
going to fucking Argentina.
Yeah, dude, no more camps.
There's a place in Sao Paulo that's also strictly Nazi town. They like have Nazi memorabilia
Nazi
too.
town.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very
In
like
Sao Paulo,
I've heard
Brazil.
about that.
Off-brand
I've heard Tim
theme
Kennedy
park.
went there.
Really, he went to Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah,
the
dude, Tim
Confederate
Kennedy.
part?
Shout out known fucking
Tim.
psychopath.
Yeah,
Tim Kennedy, man. He's a cool dude.
Tim Kennedy is.
Have you heard his
fucking
stories in the Middle East? He's
No.
like, I killed 3 kids. I murdered 5 women.
tall. He's a dog.
Join my program in the link below. It's fucking hilarious. I have a new show on the History Channel. I'm going to find Hitler.
Bro, so many people have been trying to find Hitler.
Is Hitler alive? Question.
That's the question.
What do
so
y'all
yeah,
think
that
about
was
that?
always the
Was he
theory.
alive?
Did Hitler kill himself, or
Right.
did he escape in a U-boat and flee or go to Argentina?
I was told in school, but this is school. This is what I heard in school.
Liberal.
Liberalism. They were like, "Oh, his body was found."
Okay, but
That was
that's the
Ava
issue.
Braun.
Committed
That
suicide.
was
But that's the issue.
But that wasn't his body.
That was Ava
So
Braun's
that's the
body.
issue.
Yeah, it wasn't
Is
even
they
his body.
found 3 or 4 different bodies of Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
So Russia found like 1 or 2 bodies that they said was Hitler's body, but it was not Hitler's body.
Right.
So DNA proved it wasn't his body. Like teeth and stuff
Yeah.
proved it wasn't his body. So it is kind of the theory, you know, if he was claimed to be dead, claimed to be dead, claimed to be dead, claimed to be dead, but he wasn't dead, well, how do we know this claim of him being dead is he's actually dead?
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that some of his high-ranking officers were able to flee to Argentina.
Yeah.
So
on
it's
U-boats.
not out of the realm of possibility that he did escape and it was just another body double.
Yeah.
But at
I
the
wouldn't
same
doubt it.
time,
What do you think
it
happened?
could have been
fucking
Hitler.
So what did school teach you?
They told me that his body was found in the
in the bunker
Yeah.
with his
Yeah, with the
Well, that-
gun.
that-
and he
here's-
shot
here's-
himself.
here's the
but I, like I said, I did my own research. That wasn't his body.
Yeah, that was.
So what happened to Hitler?
Allegedly.
Maybe he did die.
So Hitler's dead.
Yeah,
Hitler's probably
definitely
dead
now.
by
100%, he's
Right.
dead now.
But the body they found was Ava Braun's body. The Russians, they tested it and they were like, "This is not a man's body. This is like a 35-year-old woman's body." And they're like, "This is not Hitler."
How do you mix that up?
Well, they lied.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
the
the whole thing. Oh,
Russians.
Hitler had a micro
Right,
penis,
right.
and
It's
it wasn't
Russians.
even- it was a woman.
What are you talking about? Hitler had a micro penis?
That's
Hitler
like
only had
I
one
remember
testicle.
hearing something.
He had
about
one
that.
He had one
Testicle.
testicle.
Yeah,
The Pope only has one lung.
really.
Yeah. Pope Francis only
Which
has
is
one
worse?
lung.
Would you lose a testicle? Or lung? Gay son or thought daughter?
Thought daughter.
No, yeah.
Nah, thought daughter. I made my mind up. Ah,
Podcast son or thought daughter?
suicide. Nah, yeah. That's not
Taking yourself out is always an
thought
option.
daughter. Gay son, he's kind of ruining the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Like just.
and the thought daughter's overproducing for the bloodline.
Yeah.
That's
She
what I
has
was gonna say.
many baby
I
daughters.
mean, at least you could be like
She's
Genghis
fertile,
Khan, and like have
and
a big family.
That's like good genetics, and she'd probably be pretty if she was a thought,
Right.
Because thoughts are usually
And you're banking
pretty.
on selling her for a couple of
I mean,
As long as my
And
genetics are
if
passed
she's
on
gonna
in
be a
positive
thought,
way.
she might as well cash in the bag.
Hell no.
We're gonna
Bro,
have
if she's gonna get ran through, you might as well be taken care of. The fuck? You don't.
No, I'm. Oh,
Would you love her if you had a thought daughter?
Look, we're
yes
on
or
the
no?
same
Would you?
level
Would you
here.
love her?
Would you love her?
It's my daughter.
So
But would you love
would you-
her?
dude,
Would
she-
you love her if your daughter
She
did
came out of your
OnlyFans?
balls.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Honestly, I would not. If I had a thought daughter, that would be like
But imagine if there
my
wasn't the
biggest
internet.
disappointment.
Would
There
you
wasn't
help
the
her out
internet,
with
but
her
she was a
OnlyFans?
thought, and you lived in a small town. She would basically be the OnlyFans for your small town.
Would you help
So
her
why
out?
wouldn't you just get the bag
Would
anyway?
you do daddy daughter OnlyFans?
You're gonna be disappointed regardless. What?
What the fuck is
The
he
people want
up
to know. The people will answer the question.
Hang on, what now?
I've said I've been.
Do not answer that question.
Yeah.
He just asked if you supported incest. Hang on.
He's
Bro,
stuttering. I've said cancel me before, but internet, if you see this, cancel Yasser Motaik immediately. We would take away all jobs from him, all job
Bro, I
opportunities.
feel like Russell Westbrook when that reporter asked me, what?
Yeah. That was outlandish. That was an outlandish comment.
Just throwing you a curveball.
Yeah, that was more than
Seeing
a
if you're still
curveball.
locked in.
I
Bro,
was
that
just
was a
saying
fucking
you're gonna
missile.
be disappointed
That was not a
regardless
curve.
in your
No,
thought daughter,
listen,
so
bro.
you might as well cash in the bag and
Are
be
you
taken care of.
What I'm asking you, are you gonna encourage
The
her?
thing is, what if you were in a situation with a gay son? What would y'all do?
Disown him?
Right.
Yeah.
What would you
You
do?
don't have a
Yeah,
daughter.
what would you do?
Would you hide him like Zeus?
Bro, I'm sending him to live with my brother.
So you'd hide him like Zeus.
Yeah, you'd have
He's
to
gonna
like-
come out and kill
You just let him be affirmed by other mental
But
delusions.
you gotta raise this boy too. Y'all gotta think about it.
18 years.
Yeah, yeah. And you notice his zesty behaviors. You know what I would
Yeah.
do?
I mean, like,
You know what I would do?
I would prevent it. He's going to Iraq. And he's going.
Why would he go to
straight back to
Iraq?
the? Because that's what they do, brother. That's what the fuck
Just
they
forge
do.
his
I've heard
signature and send him
multiple
to the military.
situations. Bro. Military, this soft ass military, bro. We allow transgenders
Have
in
you
our
seen
military.
the
bro.
Afghan military?
He's
They look
going
ridiculous.
straight to the Taliban. That motherfucker's gonna be tough whether he likes it or not.
But just remember, you're born gay.
No. That's a choice you make, dude. It's like drugs.
Wait a second. I feel like
Are you born gay, man?
50-50. So I feel like some of the the soy boys, they come out real zesty. Some
Yeah.
people,
Some of the
you've met
twinks.
a little
Whoa,
zesty
she's got
soy
something to
boy.
say.
Experience, so like,
no,
Go
but
ahead.
like, listen.
Get close
I
to the
feel
mic.
like it's all
Yeah,
about
like that.
your how you're exposed to social media and what age. Because we never had this many
But they were gay. They were gay
problems.
people before social media.
But
Yes,
not.
but-
It's
Why are you zesty
completely
as hell right now?
normalized now, though.
But you got my brother, growing up, my brother, he was very boy-y,
Yeah.
Okay.
didn't want to be playing with girl toys, didn't want to be playing dress up with girl clothes.
Yeah.
But now he does. After being introduced to all this social media, the exposure to everything that people are willing to post to advocate their cause. Now he wants to do all this.
I was going to say, it could be a mess up in your genetics, which I genuinely believe that. I believe some people are genetically inferior, and I've seen it. Or you are influenced by modern day society.
Yes.
It's one or the two. You can control both. I've met some zesty guys, you know.
Some good-looking dudes.
Ignore this guy. I've met some zesty guys, some teachers, you know, even some, you know, but they're zesty men. They have wives. They have children.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're zesty.
And I'm going to say this out of full respect. There is a difference between being zesty and proudly displaying everything you think, if that makes sense.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, if you were a fan of, you know, Iraq, you're not going to go fly the Iraq flag and then wear it on your chest 24/7 and then get offended the minute someone says something that you don't agree about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But that's what I notice people do with this. So it doesn't even feel like it is so much more social conditioning as
We're good.
they're like wanting to belong to something and they hold it so dear because that's all they feel they have.
Yeah, it's their identity.
And that's it.
It's like if it's not really if you're Iraq because you don't care about that much. If someone's like, you're
Does
not
that
a
make
fighter.
Yeah, that makes
You're not a real fighter. How would you feel? You'd be like, what the fuck?
Happens to me
I
all
fight
the
all
time.
the time. I've gay sex all the time.
Yeah,
No,
you get what I mean?
no.
Like,
Happens to me all the time. I don't get that offended. I honestly don't. These people are just, they're mentally not there. I've gotten that shit where, oh, you don't really know how to fight. Well, yeah, I laugh it off. I'm like, man, sure, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
you know how many white big ear jokes I've heard?
Yeah.
Like,
Who cares?
who cares? It doesn't matter.
But a minute you question a gay person's thought process, it ain't even, you know,
and it's not
it
even
ain't even got to be the thought process. You just make a, like, oh, faggot.
and it's not
Oh,
even
no.
like it's not even
no,
like
if you
What?
say faggot, it's game over, man.
I
You
have to
can't say
bleep
that, shit in
one.
school.
Hang on.
You can't say that shit in school. You can't say that
But-
shit in workplaces.
Just
But
like you can't
okay.
say terrorist. There's kind of it's just rules
Man,
in
people
society.
get away with terrorists, though, man. I've been called a terrorist so many times at school. I still get called a terrorist. It's funny. You know?
Bro's staring in the camera directly. He's calling everybody
Not
out.
like he's real. He's speaking to the people.
You know,
Lindsay.
terrorist, you don't get offended off it.
No, I'm talking about the headphones.
But the minute you say, like, faggot,
Stop saying
or
that.
even worse,
I don't care. You're just making this
Even
man's
worse.
work harder.
if you say the nigga word,
Bro, you're making him work 10 times harder.
you know?
Nah, it's okay.
It's
He's
game
good.
over.
He's
said
trying to put this on YouTube,
He
bro.
said worse.
Yeah.
He said worse.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't. So here's the thing about YouTube. As long as you're more than like 10 or 5 minutes in, and we're like 20 minutes in, you can say faggot, nigga.
I don't think I can say either of those
Who
words.
cares?
Sorry.
Who cares?
I was waiting for you to
This
kind
is
of
because
chime
of
in.
society. They have made it to a point where, oh, you're uncomfortable using words when we live in America. And First Amendment, brother, what is
But-
it? Freedom of religion, freedom of
Freedom of
speech,
racism?
and freedom of
That's why I
the
don't
right
have
to
a
bear arms,
problem
whatever the
with
fuck, I don't
what
care.
people say and what people do. It's just like, it's not even moreover you question their mentality and then they like freak out on you with actual points to say.
Yeah.
They just keep calling you names like
Yeah.
you're homophobic, you're a transphobe,
Yeah.
you're a bigot, you
Yeah.
hate people, and it's just like you're a racist, and it's like you know nothing about me, but based off one question I posed to you, you're calling me all these names under the sun. It's almost like I'm not wrong for posing a question, but you are definitely wrong for going on the offensive the minute you feel slighted.
That's when you lose
because
the
that's
argument.
when you're still act like a child. You've never matured from child to an adult because you can't sit down and actually answer the hard questions.
Yeah.
You just freak out. Freak out.
Like I said, those people are all mentally ill, and it's consistent. It's not like five of them are mentally ill, and there's one intellect in the group. They're all mentally ill.
Do you think they're mentally ill?
I mean, no. Because I feel like whenever you're discussing a mental illness, it's like something that you can't control is what I describe as a mental illness.
Can you control
You
being
can
gay?
control mental
Hold on.
illness. To an extent,
Hold
you
on.
can
To an
control
extent,
it.
it's
By the way you live your
controllable.
lifestyle.
Can you control being gay?
I don't really know. Like, I feel like that's probably some people may be able to.
So would you say those people could have a mental illness, something uncontrollable, that like
They still have urges,
something
maybe.
that tells you things
mean,
up your
no.
booty to
Like,
feel good?
I don't believe
Like-
that it's something that is defined as curable.
Mm-hmm. You can fix it. They've tried therapy. Have you heard of conversion
Shock
therapy?
Isn't it like illegal now?
Kinda. If you go to the right school.
To her point, I don't feel like it's a mental illness per se, because like if you really take depression or like ADHD or
Right.
stuff like that, that's uncontrollable things. You know what I mean? Like you don't wake up and get to choose if you were having a good day where you feel happy about everything. You don't get to choose if you're going to be 100% focused on the things you need to be focused on.
Mm-hmm.
So to that point, I will say I feel like it's more that people are confused than mentally ill, because humans are oriented to kind of do things to get people to kind of reach out to them sometimes.
Yes.
They don't want to be the one to reach out. So sometimes they'll do things that are a cry for help, if that makes sense.
Right.
But in that instance, I do feel like it is more controllable. Because to sit there and say the people that you date are the people you're attracted to, but at the same time, you're also socially conditioned to what you're attracted to, if I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're watching movies as kids and there's this type of, female role continuously,
Goth
as you
women.
get older, it tends to seem like that's more over what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
But
Shout out the girl from El Dorado.
Yeah. Shout
bro,
out to-
all the spies from old James Bond movies.
I've never watched
Bro,
it.
you haven't seen old James Bond movies.
Nah, dude. Shout out
Shout out Shigo.
Shout out the emo chick from Danny Phantom.
I think that's Shigo.
They
No,
just like
Shigo
goth
different.
girls. But
Yeah.
you kind of get what I'm saying though.
Yes.
Like I do feel like it is more socially conditioned, especially nowadays, because back when there wasn't social media and it wasn't as socially accepted,
Yeah.
there were still people that were gay.
Yeah.
And there still
Yeah.
were people that had
It's
no
always
problem
existed.
with that.
There
The
used
And
to be
story
so-
of
I'm not going to say that part of it is a mental illness, but the part of it where that is your sole identity, is your sexuality,
Yeah.
that is a mental illness right
Yeah.
there. To think that your sole purpose in life is your sexual identity,
Right.
and that's how you carry yourself 24/7.
Now
Gay
that,
people
that
have
can be
for
brought
sure.
to you by
That's-
social media.
And that's where it gets into the mental illness part. But that's not moreover that because they're gay, they're mentally ill.
Yeah.
That's moreover their personality is where they get addicted to this kind of identity, and then they are solely consumed by that identity. And they can't even fathom anyone else thinking a different way other than them.
here's my little theory. It's my little side theory because I really don't know what makes people gay, bro. Honestly.
But you, like, I don't even know what makes you tick. I don't know what makes him tick. I don't know what makes y'all get out of bed in the morning. Like, you could never know that about another person. But at the same time,
World domination.
The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is proof that being gay has been around for thousands
Yeah,
of
there
years.
used to be-
Yes.
The story of
There used to be trans gladiators.
Yeah. The whole story of Sodom and Gomorrah is it was two kingdoms that were very close to each other, and everybody there it became a godless land. There was like 10 total people that believed in God. Lut was like the head of them, the prophet Lut, and the angels came down. I think it was
Look at me, motherfucker.
anyway.
Look at me.
I think it was Michael, and it was another angel. They came down, and they tried to fuck the angels.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to have sex with these angels. They came to Lut,
Right.
and they were commanding that the angels come out.
And God was disgusted
Yes.
and they just killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It
told
makes
the
sense.
followers, he sent a message to the followers of God to leave at this certain date, and he destroyed the.
Comets rained from the sky and
Would
destroyed
angels
the
be
city.
considered
Sodom and
non-binary?
Gomorrah.
There was
or something?
earthquakes and
You know what I
So
mean?
my theory is
Because
people that are modern,
seen? Sorry.
you're good. People that are gay in the modern day are the descendants of the people that lived in Sodom and Gomorrah. Because although it was, destroyed and stuff, I guarantee there was a handful. And like you said, Greece had a lot of gay shit in it.
Yeah.
The Spartans, I don't want to call them gay, but they had this weird theory where if you had
Greece
sex
kind of
with your
went away
teammates,
from being religious and more philosopher and science based, which kind of also would say in that time period they went against God to believe in the forces and the elements and nature instead of God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also the reason they.
You've seen a biblically accurate angel, right? You've seen what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can never.
There's
know
different
what a
types of
biblical
angels,
but
though.
what they describe.
But they have all the eyes and
Right.
shit.
That's one type.
Would they be
wings.
considered non-binary?
No, man.
Bro, can the divine being have a gender to begin with?
Well,
do
you
they
can't.
apply?
That's what non-binary. I mean,
do they apply to
you don't have
earthly
a-
rule?
God doesn't have a gender either.
Do they apply to the earthly laws?
Yeah.
No.
No, then they have no part in our
but
social
why did they
construct.
try-
Gender is a thing to do
They
with
tried to have sex with them,
being
But it
meaning
has
they were
nothing-
attracted to them.
It has nothing to do with our human social construct of gender because they don't apply to the laws of the human realm.
Yeah.
But why would they try to have intercourse if they didn't find them appealing?
Talking
you know
about
what I
the
mean?
story of the Nephilim?
No. The Sodom and Gomorrah, the people who try to have sex with the angels.
The angels can come in human form.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
and
I'm
those
saying.
were archangels, which are already
but that's also
in human.
the
They
same
look
thing
like
as
humans.
like you're gonna have divine beings that come down, but they're on human rules. They're not
Right.
seen as the biblically accurate divine image. They're seen as a human. So they apply to human law and human reason.
Yeah, and the story of like
so
the
like you could say they're non-binary, but in the end of it, if they actually showed their true self, what is their gender? You couldn't say what their gender was,
Right.
Because it doesn't
It's
matter.
not a gender.
divine.
But whatever they appear to human in human form is that
Right,
gender
right,
to
right.
us. But that's how we perceive it, but not how they would perceive it, because they can be anybody or anything.
And I guarantee they have the power to, manipulate, manifest like body parts and stuff, and they can, like the story of the Nephilim, the Watchers, they came down to Mount Hermon and got human wives.
Matt Herman?
No,
UFC fighter?
Mount Hermon.
Mount.
Oh.
Close enough though, but yeah.
Mount.
They for sure
like Matt
can have
Hand.
intercourse with humans. But I don't
Yeah,
think
you're not supposed to do
they
that.
make it,
But
Themselves.
they have intercourse as with humans in their human form.
Yes.
It's not in their divine form.
Mhm.
But then again, like, God didn't come down to make Jesus. He just made Jesus. 'Cause
Yeah.
Mary was a virgin. He didn't manifest and come to her and then have sex with her. He just birthed his son.
because he's God. He can
Because
do
he's
that.
God, yeah.
The Watchers chose to. They could probably do the same thing.
But even then, there's still, in the Bible, there's still accounts of, what angel was it? I forgot.
Gabriel.
Came to Mary and said she was going to be pregnant
think
or
it was
going to have
Gabriel.
God's child. But he came in angel form, but it wasn't because he was in human
Yeah.
form. Because he was a he.
Yo, what
Well,
if he
I
came
heard
as
the
like an
archangel-
Asian?
But you get what I'm saying?
Should we give like an Asian angel?
In the book, it's white.
The book
but I
of
don't really
Enoch.
believe that one because they're in the Middle
An
East.
Indian
book
angel.
of Enoch.
Hello, my friend.
But like, I don't know.
Listen,
I don't really like all the,
the
white
Book of Enoch
statues. And
describes.
yeah,
what
they
each
all
angel
describe
looks
as
like.
white.
Did y'all hear me?
Huh?
What?
The book of Enoch describes what each angel looks like because Enoch rose to the heavens. He basically got like a VIP tour of heaven.
Oh yeah.
And
Did
so
he
he saw
tour?
each
you got the
realm.
Diddy tour.
Yeah, he did.
Did he
Yeah,
visit
he got the
God?
Diddy tour. But
Did it get recorded?
By
God.
he
Now,
recorded it
obviously,
himself.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did the
He
recording.
signed that NDA though.
There's 4 types of angels. There's the archangels like Gabriel,
Yeah.
Michael, Mael, and there's more.
Lucifer was from Archangel
He was,
until he fell.
until he fell and turned
What a
into
great
Satan.
nickname, Archangel.
And then there's the ones that they look like wheels.
This
That's
reminds
what
me of
Enoch
Supernatural.
Said.
Have
Matter
you
of
seen
fact-
that show?
Hold on.
No Google research, dude.
What are the different types of angels?
You're supposed to have all this information in your head.
Have you seen Supernatural?
I have. I've
This
seen
is what this reminds me of. It's such a good show.
Supernatural.
I'm about to lock in. Just give me a second. I'm about to explain
Don't
this
give him a
whole-
Rose
second.
better
How you
lock
doing,
in.
man? You buying a new gun or something? What's going
Always.
on? All the time. Yo, shout out this car crash. Canada. Yeah, we're
Still
looking
gotta
at
build two more.
We're looking at aggressive
eventually.
Canadians get into car crashes. This is hilarious. They're like, "Hey, bud,
Q
what are you doing?"
Niagara, Ontario, Canada. Waco, Texas. Gotta love Waco, Texas. Remember Waco?
Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't born.
Well, of course.
We were all dead.
Yeah, but I knew what happened when I was in my dad's balls.
So the types of angels: cherubim, seraphim, and archangels.
Bros Davidoff, other genders. Different pronouns.
Cherubim.
Go by.
Cherubim are
cherry
the
bone.
ones that look with their many. They're the ones with many eyes.
Is that what you call your
And
boyfriend?
seraphim, they have three
He calls
heads.
him a little red
Cherry
bone.
bum.
Cherubim.
Cherry bum.
Shout out to the cherubim. But yeah, that's the lore. And there's a hierarchy and stuff. Cherubim and seraphim are like the low angels, and the archangels are like the closest ones with God. You know.
It's
Yeah,
crazy. That's insane. That's so
The
trippy.
closest descendants.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. And they're like, there's like different parts of heaven, and there's like before you get to hell.
So yeah, here's the thing. Let's talk about this. So
There's different parts of heaven.
so in heaven,
It's lore.
Do
It's
you-
all lore.
I have a question.
Read the
So,
book of Enoch.
In
it's
your
hard.
idea of heaven, do you believe in heaven at first? Do you guys believe in heaven? You guys
Yes
believe-
and
Okay.
no, if that makes sense.
Do you believe in hell?
Yes.
Do you
I
in hell?
believe there is an afterlife,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's necessarily heaven or hell or purgatory.
Mhm.
Because if we can't fathom what the real angels look like, I don't think we could fathom what the afterlife looks like.
Right.
So, yes, I do believe there is an afterlife, but I don't necessarily believe in any written construct of heaven or hell.
Okay. So, do you think that if there is a heaven or there is like a purgatory, do you think you'll meet other people? Like family, friends,
So
loved ones?
that's kind of where it comes into it, where yes,
Okay.
where each person's afterlife is different based off your own experience. But I do believe that if important people mattered to you, they
Mhm.
would be in your reality.
That's what I was trying to get at, because
It doesn't mean that's exactly them, but
Right.
that's the manifestation of how you knew them.
right.
And so they would be there.
That makes sense. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, but I don't like
Actually, it's for my sake.
the written part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we could physically put that down in written terms.
Yeah.
What to the T heaven or hell or purgatory or anything is like,
Yeah.
because we don't know. We genuinely don't know.
I heard Jews
One way to find
believe
out.
in reincarnation. So apparently Jews don't believe in heaven. Oh, they do believe in heaven, but they don't believe in hell. And when you die,
The Jews don't believe in reincarnation.
Yeah, I
there's
don't
a-
think they
there's
believe
a
I don't think they
form.
do.
There's
Yeah.
I've heard a guy on a clip on TikTok.
Well, there is
so it's
different
you've heard
forms
wrong.
of Judaism. It's like there's the Protestants and the
Orthodox
Baptists and I'm talking about Christians.
Oh.
But there's
Thought you
all
talked
different
about Jews.
types of Christianity that all don't believe the exact same thing and the exact same practices. So there is that exact same thing in Judaism, where there's Orthodox Jews and then there's other types of
Orthodox
Jews.
yeah.
So
It's the same in Islam. Islam has 4 sects in total. There's 2 main sects. They have Shia, Sunni, Sufi, and Wahhabism. Sufism and Wahhabism are on the edge of Islam where it's like not really Islam. Sunni and Shia is 100% Islam, but different caliphs. So the leaders of Islam is different. And to this day, we still have our own Shia.
Bro.
Y'all know how y'all have the Pope?
I will flip this whole
You know how we were talking about
Black.
this? Hey, we were
Black.
talking about this the other day with the red
Ellipsis.
heifers. You know when we were talking about the red heifers?
Yes.
Bro, I swear I had a dream last night.
Oh, no.
Oh, I swear to God.
Wait. So what are the red heifers?
The cows in Israel that are about to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
I had a
Happens every
dream
2,000 years.
that they were on a boat and the boat sank and they were trapped in the back and they all died in the back of the boat.
Huh.
Bro,
Maybe
most random dream
Maybe
ever.
that was God's way
If
of
this
telling
happens-
you need to go and make that happen.
If this
You
happens,
need to stop the Jews from making their sacrifice on April 8th.
the theory
But then you
is
remember there's
that
that 2 earthquakes that
it's
just
something to
happened
do
as
with
You don't have a lot
well.
of time, Golden 007. You have to go.
it's April 8th is when they're doing it.
One-way ticket.
days.
Hold on 1 minute. One-way ticket
Yeah.
to Israel.
The day of solar
I have
yeah.
glasses if you need them.
Real?
Yeah, they're from my mom's. Oh, I should have grabbed them.
I need to get some from Walmart. They sell them at Walmart for like $2.
Or free, and you can hand them out.
For free?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just walk into Walmart and
I
steal.
No,
saw
the
it.
ones
thought
that
it
I
was
have are
$1.99.
free.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were talking about walking into Walmart.
They say
and stealing.
Barbie Haddo State Farm on them.
I'm down, bro. I'm down.
This
to look at
AfterMat
the sun,
podcast
dude.
is brought to you by Barbie Haddo State Farm.
Actually, it's
If
brought
you
to
need
by-
any State Farm insurance needs,
right.
you know who to hit
And
up.
if you guys
Yeah.
want to go steal at Walmart, it's not really a problem.
Feel free.
'Cause
Do
they-
not steal from Walmart.
they
They,
don't hide-
will videotape you and rack up charges from you and then show up with a warrant with the county police and kick in your
that's
door.
not true. I feel
That is
like-
110% true.
I feel like
bro.
Robin Hood every time I steal from Walmart or
I do.
Target.
Stealing from the rich and
Yeah.
Like if you steal from the
Exactly.
self-checkout, they're gonna face recognize you
Fuck
and
yeah.
like follow you around the store. And shit.
My-
They
my
really
score gonna be
do that
high?
for a little packet of M&Ms.
Bro, they're about to make
They
you pay
really-
for self-checkout.
Yeah, it's
At
about to be a
Walmart, they're about to
subscription
make you pay $98 a year
for self.
for self-checkout.
Yeah, it's like a
Yes.
subscription you pay every month.
It's like it's like every 2 or 3 months you get billed like $12.
That's stupid.
And
They're
then
gonna waste
it's
all that money.
$98 a year to do self-checkout
like
at
Walmart,
Walmart.
Pass or something like that. Walmart
Yeah,
Plus.
so it's gonna be like blocked off, and then you got to scan your pass, and then you go in, and then you do self-checkout.
$98 a month?
$98 a year.
A year? Okay, that's.
I mean, it's not terrible, but like, it's
Right.
free to scan your own shit.
Yeah.
right.
It's actually cheaper and freer because you don't have to pay
They
anybody
never-
to scan
man, what
for
about,
the
like-
customers to scan their own stuff.
Yeah.
But theft is such a problem at Walmart. That
They never
that's what
think
they're
about the
resulting
working
to.
man.
America, bro.
No, it's just Walmart,
It's an
bro.
America thing, I promise you.
Where's Walmart located most of the time?
America.
What area of town?
The city.
How many Walmarts are in the country?
What's a city?
Like one per town in the country.
Where is the nearest Walmart to your hometown?
Oh, in my hometown, the nearest Walmart was like an hour away.
That's crazy.
Because the town was so small, they wouldn't make enough money if it was just in that one town. So they had to put it in the nearest city,
What?
so that everybody around like my 3 counties local would have to drive to the nearest city
I would
to go
not
to
do
a
that.
Walmart. We didn't have a single grocery store.
Well, that's why there's so many Dollar Trees in like the country
There's a
and stuff.
lot of Dollar
It's because
Trees,
that's
yeah.
all the.
Is Dollar
grocery
Tree the
stores.
reason why rednecks are unhealthy?
No.
No, they're pretty
That's why they
healthy. They're pretty corn fed, man.
Yeah.
They get their shit straight off the farm.
If all of you have next to you is Dollar Tree, you're gonna eat Dollar.
They're just big, bro. They
They get their own stuff. Like they got local butchers and farmers.
No,
market-
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like an old 60-year-old lady on a scooter because she can't walk anymore.
Yeah, but they
Going
don't
into Dollar
have
Tree.
those
You-
because they have to make a livelihood
Yeah.
in the country. You don't have fat people in the country because
And
they
they all
actually
live with
work
their
every
families,
single day for what they need. And then the only people that are overweight are the people that are retired and then have other people that take care of them.
Yeah,
That's the only time you see overweight people.
Actually, there's a lot of overweight people in the countryside, but they're not like
Not the
bad
ones that are
overweight.
like, but they're
They're, like,
still able
big
to do
fucking
like
jacked.
their yard stuff.
Mark
like,
Henry
Nah,
did.
walk
that's-
around
I
and
mean,
do all that.
Yes,
other
I know
stuff.
who you're talking about, but who I'm talking about, like I said, just has a mobility scooter because they can't do it.
Yeah, but that's in the city.
That's just America, bro. That's
Yeah,
just,
like
that's
that's
just
what I
an
think
anywhere
about when I
thing,
think
bro.
about America. Sorry, I'm not from here, but that's
As
just
Nick
what I
says
think.
with the most perfect American
like,
accent.
Been like in the boonies in Kentucky?
Yeah,
like
I've
actually
been-
like been around.
Yeah,
people and
I've
stuff like
stopped
that.
at like gas stations.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm talking about.
What
You
else
need to
is
go
there
on
more?
onto
Wait, the
somebody's property.
the map still loads.
No, I just mean like going out and actually knowing people that live in the country
I don't-
and where they live and what they do on a day-to-day basis
Well,
is nowhere close
You're
to
talking
the
about
same
like
thing.
They're all
self-sustaining people.
No, not even that.
just regular
like-
people.
My uncle lives in Lebanon, Kentucky, bro. There's this guy down the street. His name is Mr. Green. This motherfucker, Mr. Green, must have been working since he was 5.
Right.
I swear to God. Dude,
I'm talking about
Yeah.
trailer parks.
This
That's what I'm
dude-
talking about.
he works all day. He's like 68.
You lived in a trailer park?
Trailer park
That
boys.
is embarrassing.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
I mean, like,
It's a trailer park.
wow. Anyways, I feel like, I don't know. I kind of liked not having, like, big city stores. Because, yeah, everybody was in much healthier shape down there. Because
Really?
you go down the road, there's an Amish store selling, like, the freshest fucking shit you will ever have. Like, fresh milk.
Yeah.
Like, fresh vegetables and fruits. And there was always, like, there was a lot of nurseries. Like, people made their living by growing food on their farms
Yeah.
and selling it. So, like, we had corn and soybeans on my farm, and I had hella cows. Like, I had fresh meat. I had horses. Like,
Yeah.
I've been working since I was like 4.
Yeah.
I learned how to chop firewood when I was like 6.5. Like, there's
Yeah.
always something to do, and I feel like that was really good discipline for me as a kid, because like now you have all these kids who are so entitled in this city. Like, that's something that really stunned me moving here, was that like these kids are like, oh, I'm going to go get the brand new iPhone, or like I'm getting these brand new Jordans, and I'm just like, well, what'd you do to work for
That's a
that?
big property.
Because I had to work for everything as a kid.
City and comes in, does construction all over Kentucky, but
You were a
still
great-looking
has
calf.
Cows
Papa?
and- yeah, like
Oh, Papa's
has
a
whole
G.
pond,
Yeah, he has
and
a
we go
fucking
fishing,
lake,
but
yeah.
like that's where he lives, is double wide. With, like,
But
a
that's the
pond
best
and-
way
But
to
fuck
live,
nowhere
man.
down
Yeah.
a holler with
That's
like
the best
80
way to
acres
live.
around him.
He
Yeah.
still goes and
Has his own land to hunt on, fish on. It's
Dude,
great.
you can do whatever you
he
want.
still goes into town
shoot
and
guns
gets
whenever you
those
want. That's a good
vegetables and produce
Yes.
and all that other stuff that's pretty healthy, but then stops at Dollar Tree and gets whatever else he needs.
Yeah,
And that's
like
what
snacks
the
and stuff,
Dollar
yeah.
Generals and stuff are
Yeah.
there for. Isn't so much as to be your, eggs, bacon, all this other stuff that normal grocery stores would have in the city.
You guys just
because
have
you have to
individual
depend
stores.
on those grocery stores in
I
the
mean,
city.
Don't get me wrong. We had like grocery stores, but they were like Save-A-Lots and Pricelesses. Like, those were the only things small enough to build.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was like gas station, gas station, gas station. Had like one, like they just got a Starbucks 2 years ago.
Whoa.
They've only had like McDonald's and Wendy's. Didn't even have a Subway till a while ago, and everything else was like family owned.
But everybody
stores.
knows everybody.
You know what's
too.
crazy?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
told me you were
in the middle of
you
Buffalo,
lived in a
nowhere.
black neighborhood, I would believe you. Because the way you're describing it is like, it's very like hoodish. It's like man,
Not
there's just,
really.
just gas stations,
No.
corner stores.
So that's the
Ain't
thing.
no
The
established.
difference between the hood and rednecks isn't that far, but it's a social construct that's different.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where like
Right. They come from the same
in the country, it is moreover. You're gonna look out for yourself, but you're also gonna look out for your neighbor, just because you know what they're going through. That's the same struggle as you, because you both live next door to each other. You're both normal people. But the construct in the hood is, if he's doing better than me, let's go kick his shit in and take it, because I don't like anybody doing better than me.
Right.
And then that's just a continuous cycle of
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen it. Like I've lived next to drug dealers or I've been friends with drug dealers who would call on like opposing drug dealer because he's doing better than him. Like,
yeah.
rat on
No,
him.
that's normal.
crazy.
That's
You're
a
like neighbors
completely.
and shit.
So that's the thing. Like, it is. What'll happen sometimes is people will get caught up that are a drug dealer, and then they'll be like, will let me off easy if I give you someone bigger, and then they just
Yeah.
knock out their competition by giving them up to the police, and then they get out and continue doing whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they don't have
you're
any
not
competition.
supposed to snitch in that community too.
But it doesn't
Like that,
matter.
yeah.
That's the thing. The social construct is
It's
as long as
stupid.
you aren't outed as a snitch, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you do 110% to keep up the fact that you're not a snitch, you're fine.
Yeah.
Don't walk in with
But that's the
Popeyes all over your
community that
shirt.
it's set. Is like it doesn't matter about your fellow person, your fellow neighbor, your fellow brother, because even if we look alike, I'm still trying to do better than you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like everywhere else, it's like I'd rather see you do better than me because that's how I know I care about you.
Yeah.
Is because I'd rather see everyone that I care about do better than me.
Yeah.
Because that's better for me.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, for sure, partner.
If
But you
you're
get what
around
I'm
people
saying?
that do good, eventually you'll do good. You know, I talk about this all the time. Like me and my cousin had this conversation. He was like, "Bro, sometimes, dude, I feel like a loser, and I feel like if you hang out with quality men, you know, as a man, it makes you a quality man."
Racism?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I feel like racism isn't a problem anymore in our generation.
Yeah, it can be.
50-50.
It can be, but it's like,
Yeah, but
do
just
you,
like anything else.
Do you judge anybody based off the way they look?
No.
Like, do you really treat them any differently
not
just because of the way they
unless it's
look?
nighttime.
Or do you treat them differently based on the way they act?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how our generation is really set
But here's
up.
the
that it's
thing.
more about
Yes.
how people act and less
Here's-
about how people
Here's
look.
where
Definitely
racism.
10 years ago.
10 years ago
racism
was different.
Here's where
Not
racism
prominent,
comes
but
into
it was
play.
still there.
Here's where racism, maybe not. I'm not gonna say it's a good thing, but it is useful. Racism comes into play when you see somebody far away who is of a dark, color, right? And he's not acting weird, because you would never, he's not acting weird or anything, nothing out of the ordinary, but you assume he's black. He's probably, he's gonna try to rob me or has a gun or something.
You're doing the analogy
Yes,
of
yes.
if you're walking down the road and you see someone in front of me and it's the middle of the night and you switch to the side of the road, you're racist because you switch to the side of the road. I don't trust anybody. I don't care what they look like. If they're white, black, Mexican, Asian, look like a terrorist, have a gun, I don't care. I'm walking to the other side of the road. It's nothing personal against anybody else. It's just
Except white.
I'm
not
white
gonna.
ladies.
If I don't trust anybody, then
they
it doesn't
usually go
matter based on
by
what you look like.
themselves.
I'm gonna walk across the road.
Yes.
I'm
agree
saying
with
white
you.
ladies. I usually don't. I'm not the one crossing the road. It's them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And even
Now
then,
it
I
depends
don't.
on the white lady.
I don't mind that either because it's like
'Cause
it's
that
the
is
exact
foxhole.
same side of the coin. I don't matter that either because I understand that I don't trust anybody, and if I
Yeah.
don't trust anybody, if I'm gonna look at a woman and the woman should be doing that, if not more, just because that it is seen in our society as they are sometimes seen as vulnerable as a target.
Yeah.
And so they have to be extra precautious of that, just knowing that. That doesn't mean that you have to live in fear of
Now, wait
everything.
a minute.
It's low key
But-
scarier to be in a scenario where a white woman might say that you assaulted or touched her. Not all white women, but the idea is if you're a black person in the elevator with a woman and she screams and there's no cameras, automatically you're the victim, bad guy. She's screaming.
Let's
But that's
go back.
also
Hold on.
about the people that are going to look at the situation
What's going on?
and speak on it, and they're older than our generation.
Yeah.
Now let's go back
Okay,
to the
go.
walk across the street situation, white lady. Now let's say little old Lindsay, and I didn't know. I didn't
Little
know.
old
I
Lindsay.
didn't know little old Lindsay.
Dun, dun,
But
dun,
she's
dun,
walking down
dun.
the street. It's nighttime. It's sketchy.
And
sketchy
you're
area,
skipping down the street.
And it's Lindsay. She walking down the street. I'm not gonna bat an eye. Now let's say
Uptown girl.
tweaked out white woman,
She's been
tattoos on her
living
neck,
in her own
tattoos on her
town.
face, and she's wearing a little dirty hoodie. She's walking near me. I'm gonna cross the street.
Yeah.
I don't
That's-
give a fuck.
But that's your
I don't give a fuck.
perception.
This bitch could be tweaked out. She could
That's what
just
I'm
flip
stating.
out on me.
Can my perception be
I
right?
don't care.
But
what-
the same instance,
yeah, I'm not trying to
in
be
that
on
same instance, if I walk
Lively is
past,
not where I want to end up, bro.
if I walk
No
past
matter
both
what.
those people, I'm watching for the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter. That's what I mean. If I do follow through with not crossing the street and walking past them, I'm still looking for the exact same thing.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. Little old Lindsay can be
Little
armed
old
to the
Lindsay.
teeth.
You get what I mean? Like-
she could be much more dangerous than the lady with the neck tattoos. But the thing is, based off perception,
But that's your
Lindsay will give you a
Lindsay
gun and then
has the
shoot
look.
you as you
Lindsay
pick it
looks
up.
like a kind, citizen.
But
Versus tatted up white
But
girl,
back to
fucking
Yasir's point,
cross
is
right here.
you're only gonna put that perception on people that you're going to put that on.
Yeah.
And that's only on you.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of gets into it, where if you're gonna walk up to a random person, say you're doing your job, whatever it is, you're at a gas station, you're the gas person. Are you gonna treat the white person that walks up to you and asks for 5 on 2 differently than the black person that walks up and asks for 5 on 2?
No,
This man
absolutely
is just
not.
racist.
I'm just
But I trust
this
my
is why I'm
racism.
about
My,
to get a job.
my racism has been true and tested in areas where I've had to use it with all races. I mean,
You're just born in Africa. You have a lot to say
I'm talking about New Jersey.
American black
Doing
people
good.
because you're from Africa.
No, I'm talking about New Jersey. I've lived in
You
Jersey.
cannot socially accept non-African black people in Africa.
No,
Because
dude.
they're not you. They're not the same. They're all hoodlums.
Listen, in New Jersey, I've had to deal with every race, and every race has building blocks that you could look into.
Do you consider yourself African American?
Yeah. I am,
Okay.
legally.
Do you think most black people consider themselves African American?
No.
Okay.
No. they're
Am I
black.
Scottish American?
Scottish
Am I Irish
descent.
American?
Irish descent. You have a.
Does
you
that
are of
make me
descent.
Irish or Scottish American?
Every time I hear
Yes.
It
somebody,
does.
a black dude,
You can say
hear
that.
the term
But
African
I-
American.
Would you be
can
lying
say
if you said that?
I'm
Yes.
black.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would be. Because where was I born?
Here.
What is my nationality? Here, America.
Right.
I'm American.
If you decide that, but you can.
But
just
that's
like
what I'm stating.
Our coach is quote unquote Native American.
You were born where? You were born where?
Morocco.
Okay. And then from Morocco,
Right.
your home state where you were born, that's your home,
Mm-hmm.
you were then moved to America. You're Moroccan American. Okay? But if I'm born in America and I stay in America, I'm just American.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I look like, what color my skin is, I'm just American.
You're not though.
It depends how far
You're
down
only-
the
you're
lineage
not really
you've been
American, you're-
Americanized. Like, say
Americans
I
are
have,
Native Americans. That's what I mean
Yes.
about it. That's what you would consider
there
an American.
comes a point where eventually your lineage turns completely American.
Yes,
Like,
that's what
say
I'm
I had
stating.
kids, and then my kids had kids,
But-
and then those kids had kids. They're
If
just
you-
American.
If I visited
I'm
Scotland
Arab-American.
or Ireland, am I going to be recognized as a national
No.
citizen of Scotland or Ireland?
No.
Yes.
No, because I'm an American from
Oh, I'm sorry, I
America,
thought you said
born
live there.
into America. If you go back to Morocco, are you a national citizen of Morocco?
Yes.
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 So you would be a Moroccan American because you have Moroccan nationality and American nationality.
Would you be able to get Irish?
I would not be able to
citizenship?
get. I would as an American.
Right.
But that does not make me an Irish American.
Yeah.
That would make me Irish.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Ireland.
That'd
Yeah.
make you an American Irish.
Only if I moved
Right.
back to America, even then I would assume my American nationality then. I wouldn't be an American Ireland. I would
Well,
be an
American
Irish
Irish.
American.
America's one of those weird countries where you have everybody came from somewhere else. No one came from America.
Yes.
Right. As long as.
But
you're
if
Native
I
American.
go and have a kid in Ireland
Mm-hmm.
and he's Irish and then we move back to the States, I'm an American, but he's Irish American
Mm-hmm.
because he was born in Ireland.
Well, he can claim that. That's his identity.
He
doesn't-
can denounce his
He can-
Irish
yeah,
citizenship and become an American, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work both ways.
I'm just saying-
you can't be an American and then go somewhere else and then.
Here's the thing. Our coach is a Native American, allegedly, and he's like the whitest dude I know. He loves Trump. He has a Jesus thing,
He's brown though.
but he's brown. And he's what he wants to do is get like a Native American DNA test to see
How
if
Native American
exactly.
he is.
And he says he's a lot. So, is he Native American, or is he?
Yes. He's Native American.
Right.
He's Native American,
But his parents aren't. Like his
Okay, but it kind of goes back to like.
but they are.
his
One
dad.
of them are.
His dad.
Is white.
No, I think his dad's Native and his
So
mom's
it
white.
kind of goes back to like. Think about it in a sense of like, if China takes over Taiwan, Are the Taiwanese no more? Are they not Taiwan or Taiwanese anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the country's called China, they are still Taiwanese, right?
Yeah.
Even though they live in China. It kind of goes. I forgot what I was gonna say.
No, it happens all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
It just kind of goes back to that of what my point is, where you can say that you're an American as a Native American, but you're taken over by a hostile power, and so they called them Indians because they thought they were in India, not even Native Americans.
Yeah.
So now that it is like you have Americans that are from other countries, but even then, when they formed the country, they weren't just Americans. They were British Americans, Spanish Americans.
That makes sense. Well, would my kids be considered
American if they were born in America? So that's where it kind of gets back to it.
But they can also claim Moroccan descent. Like they can be like,
they can
I'm Moroccan
claim
American.
I'm not Irish American.
Right.
My great grandfather was Irish American, so therefore I'm of Irish descent.
Yeah.
But I'm an American. My grandfather was American. My great grandfather was American. My dad's American.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm saying.
I feel like once it gets down to like the fourth generation, that's when they, you're
even then,
now,
like,
if you haven't been like if you don't know the grandparents.
So if your parents moved from Morocco, and they lived in Morocco, and they moved from Morocco to America, and had you in America, you're a naturalized American citizen once you turn 18, because you were born inside the country of the United States. You can apply for Moroccan nationality because your parents are both from Morocco. So therefore, you would become a Moroccan American, but that doesn't technically mean you are like American. You know what I mean? Because you're naturalized. That's where it kind of gets back to a lot of people with people going over the border. People will come over the border illegally, and then they'll have a kid called a dreamer. And that kid,
I've met a couple,
has naturalized American citizenship.
Yeah.
So they are an American citizen. Their parents are not American citizens. If the government finds out their parents are not American citizens, they go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
The kid stays.
Yeah.
The kid's an American citizen. They cannot be deported back to a country they do not belong
But
to.
here's what the parents usually do. The parents get citizenships through the kid.
Yes, they can if they file the right paperwork and don't get caught up. That's the issue. If they get caught up and they already had the kid, the minute that kid's out of the womb, it's an American. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They would then have to file paperwork with the Mexican government to get that kid to be a Mexican citizen to take it back to Mexico.
That's real easy to take advantage of. I mean, just when you know you're about to give birth, just book a flight to America. That's like
They won't let you book a flight through immigration if they know you're pregnant.
Do they ask?
Really?
Yes.
They ask if you're pregnant.
Yes.
Damn it.
Dang, really? So a pregnant lady can't take a flight?
Well, I never thought about that. Have you ever seen a pregnant lady
What do you want me to say?
I don't think so.
on an airport or anything?
Now that you say it, no.
I mean, you can take a flight. No, you can't take a flight as a pregnant lady. It's unsafe for the kid.
Huh.
Could you take a boat ride?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it gets hard once you get to the U.S. Because even if you have a visa to visit, like, I have a vacation visa, I'll be here for a week. Well, how far along are you? Oh, I'm 8 months pregnant. Denied. Because you're about to give birth. You can't give birth in the country and get the benefits of U.S. healthcare.
That makes sense.
Because you're not a U.S. citizen. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they won't
You don't
have
have
insurance
insurance,
to visit, and then you give birth, and then now the U.S. has to front the bill on your birth, and now you have a U.S. citizen, and now it's a whole,
It's an ordeal.
Yeah. Because once the green card's up, or their visa's up, the mom goes back to the country.
Yeah.
The kid's not from that country. They weren't born there. They didn't sign a whatever country birth certificate.
Yeah.
So they're a U.S. citizen. So they stay in the U.S. So they go into the adoption system. They go into foster care. The mom gets deported.
That's sad.
It's just like,
and then,
I understand.
You know a couple of Mexican people that...
Like, I completely understand giving your child a better life. But it's like... And I get why the government can seem bad in that situation. But, like, you have to know all that's going to happen before you go and do all that. Because it's like... What do you think's going to happen? They're just going to be like, oh, it's all good. Like...
Slide
you know what I
Come
mean?
on,
like,
here,
oh
dog.
yeah, you can just.
What are you doing? Come on, man.
So,
I already told you.
It's hard for the government to even
refill.
do that to begin with, but you don't leave them much choice.
Yeah.
You don't. You kind of force their decision where it's like.
That makes sense.
You're not part of the country. You can't benefit from being part of the country.
Yeah.
Without paying taxes to the country.
All right, we are an hour in. So, let's probably end it off right here. So sad. I'm so sorry to all the Mexicans out there that can't.
Shout out to the Mexicans.
Shout out to the Mexicans.
They're
the hardest working.
We tried to get you
ethnic
guys
really are.
group. They are the hardest working
really
ethnic
are.
group.
We were gonna send this to Congress.
We do.
And try to help you guys.
Get in here.
I believe
He
that
said the N-word a couple, so we
more
can't.
Mexicans should
Yeah.
benefit from
We're
the
still
US.
gonna get. We still.
But
gonna get
I do
here.
believe they should do it through proper channels. That's all I'm saying.
That's all. Yeah.
And as anybody else in any other country, that's how it should be.
And when are you
Yes.
running for president?
I'm not.
But I am.
You have to be 35 too.
You can run as vice. You can run as vice
You have to
president.
be 35 to run for president.
I'm 35.
He's
In a
35.
couple years.
His birth
In like
certificate's
a
as
decade.
real as
Yeah,
Obama's.
in about
Over a
decade.
decade.
A little bit over a decade, but
It's over a decade for me.
Start advertising now.
yeah.
Start campaigning.
Y'all be on the
now.
lookout.
Yeah.
I'd be a good president.
Yeah, you'd be the
You got
greatest.
my vote.
Yeah.
And we're out.